Hi, fourth graders. Today we are going to try to make a digital Notan just like you did yesterday. I am in Safari, so I want you to open up your browser. Here I am in Safari. I'm just at the Google page and I am going to type in Google Drawings. And when I type go, the first thing that should come up is Google Drawings right here at the top. So I'm going to click on Google Drawings. And this is the page that you should come to. If you are not signed in to Google, like through your email, you might have to sign in with your Punahou email and password to get access to Google. Now that I am on the Google Drawing sheet, I'm going to click in the corner that says Untitled Drawing, and I'm going to rename it my name. And I'm going to say Notan. Boys and girls, while you're watching this video, I want you to know that you should be able to watch this video and also do this at the same time. Remember, if I take one finger and I gently, swipe up, I should be able to get both of these things at the same time. So I could have Safari open, which is what I have now, and then I can also have YouTube open by dragging YouTube up onto the screen so that you can watch Mrs. Snyder do this as you're working, and you can pause the video and keep working. So that's something that you can do. Okay, so now I'm ready to create my digital Notan. I've got a lot of tools up at the top, and the one that I'm looking for is the shape tool. It looks like a circle and a little part of a square. I'm going to click on it so you can see where it is. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to click on that shape tool and I am going to select shape, and the shape I want to select is the very first one that looks like a rectangle. So I'm going to click on that shape and then I just can use my finger or my pencil to draw. I'm going to try to make a square. It might not be perfect, but I'm going to do the best I can. I should be able to move it around with my finger or my tool once I've created that square. I want it to be pretty large because I want to be able to cut and create shapes from my square. Okay, so just like yesterday when we were working with our Notan, I want to be able to make this a black square on my white paper. So up along all of our tools, you'll see the paint bucket. So I'm going to click on it so you can see where it is. So the paint bucket here, I want to switch to black. We can play with more colors later, but let's just try this with black. And then next to the paint bucket is a little pencil. I'm going to click on that pencil because that's the border color, and I want to change the border to be transparent. So see up here it says transparent. That means the border, I'm not going to be able to see that line around the edge. Okay, so now I have my black square. The next step, just like yesterday, was to create those shapes that we then cut out of the square. So I am going to go back up into my shape tool. Can choose any shape I want. I'm just going to pick one that's relatively easy to show you. I'm going to pick a triangle. Now I'm going to choose one of the edges and I'm going to use my finger to drag the shape of that triangle. It's important that the triangle is touching the edge, and see I can kind of move it around and the red lines will help guide me. So I want to make sure it's touching the edge of the shape just like I would be cutting it out. Now that I've placed that shape, we need to turn it a color so we can see it. So I'm going to go back up to the paint bucket. I'm going to touch white. And then I'm also going to touch the pencil and change the border. Remember, you can always pause this video too. So now I have this shape. When I click off, I can see this shape here on my square. Now I'm going to select it again because what I need to do for a Notan is to be able to flip that shape. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a copy of the shape that's here and then flip that copy. So I have the shape selected. I'm going to press with my finger and hold. Whoops, I can see that it picked up the big square. I don't want that. I'm going to go back. Press with my finger and hold. I should get these options. One of those options is to copy. If you have your keyboard, you can probably Command-C or Control-C, whatever it is for copy. And then I'm going to touch the shape again and click paste. Now I have two shapes. Okay, this shape is going to be the opposite color of the white shape. so it needs to be black. So I'm going to go up into the tools, change it to black, get rid of that border. Now I need to flip the shape. So over on the side of your screen, there should be 3 dots, upper right hand corner. I'm going to click on it so you can see where I am. Okay, it says Format Options when I click on those 3 dots. I'm going to click on Format Options. And now I have a whole bunch of different choices. The one I'm going to choose is Size and Rotation. That was the first one. And down here at the bottom it says Rotate. I can choose how to flip that shape, but since it's down here at the bottom, I want to flip it upside down. Do you see how I did that? So the shape was here, and I flipped it upside down, touching this button here. Okay. Now that I've flipped the shape, I can use my finger to drag and line up the shape where it would be. So now it looks like I have cut that piece and flipped it. Pretty cool, huh? Now I can do a shape on the other side. So I can go into my shapes just like before. I'm going to do one more with you. I can choose any shape I want. It's just important that the shape is touching the edge. Okay, it's already a white shape. It looks pretty good. The next step would be to copy the shape. Click again, paste the shape. Can't tell if that's blue. I think it's black, or it's white. Okay, this shape here needs to be turned black. So I'm going to go to black. Is this one white? Maybe it looks not white. There we go. Okay, so I copied this shape. I changed its color to black. And then now I need to flip the shape. So I'm going to go to those 3 dots. Format Options. And I am going to use, do I want to flip it this way? I want to flip it the other direction. So it depends on where the shape is, how I'm going to be able to flip it. And now I can take that shape, line it up exactly, and now it looks like I flipped that shape. 4th graders, you are going to continue to add shapes to the other sides of the square, so that at least all 4 sides. You could also add multiple shapes. Something that I haven't quite figured out, but maybe you guys can figure it out, is this tool here. I'm going to click on it so you can see it's a line tool. When I click on the line tool, come on, line tool. Okay, here we go. Got a whole bunch of different choices of lines. One of the lines at the bottom says scribble. That's a drawing tool, which is pretty cool. So if I use the scribble line, I can actually create a line. And if I could figure out, the thing I'm trying to figure out is how to copy and paste this line, and you could duplicate that and add lines into your drawings. But I can't quite figure out how to do that. So that's something for you guys to experiment. But once I've added more shapes to all of the other sides, oh, this might be kind of fun. Oh, look at that. A little smiley guy. I could even add multiple shapes to a side. Remember, I'm going to copy the shape, change the color, and then flip it using the sides and rotation button. Once I've completed this, I've created my Notan shapes. You can share it as a link. So this can be shared to Seesaw by just clicking share. Down here, make sure you get the link, so by copying that link. And then now when I go into Seesaw, I can just click add. And then if you go into the activity for today, there should be a place where you can upload a link. And if that doesn't work, that's okay. I just want you guys to experiment with Google Drawing. If you get a chance, once you've uploaded yours, you can just create a new drawing. Whoops. File, new drawing. And now I can experiment and play. So I want you guys just to spend some time playing with that. trying to create that Notan, learning about some of the formatting shapes, and we'll see what happens.